presentations that we're going to be putting together. So I think we have 3 or 4. So they're going to just have to wait. So you girls are going to just have to take a break until afterwards. Just close your laptop so I know that you're looking at my beautiful face.
Yeah.
Sandra's like, what? So, Gordon is going to introduce Jacqueline, but before that, I just want to introduce you to each other. So, Olson's not here, but we'll just introduce Olson at that time. So, Emmanuel, could you just stand up? Sandra, stand up. Pastor Mary, stand up. This is the Allen Wolko family. Can everybody say Allen Wolko?
Allen Wolko.
This is the Allen Wolko family. This is Pastor Mary. We've known Pastor Mary and Pastor Sylvester since about 1987, if I remember correct. No, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Maybe 1993, 1997, in the 90s. Some, it's kind of hard, to remember exactly what it was, but it's 1993, 1997, sometime in there. Pastor Sylvester came to the United States, was working with someone else. He was introduced to Agnes, and then, ever since then, we've all been family. Family. So we've been to their home in Nigeria. We had a conference in their home, and this is what I want to tell you, Emmanuel. We went and did a conference in the Allen Wolko's home when, I don't know how old Emmanuel was, but you looked more like Ezra at the time. And I don't know how old you were at the time, but I think you were about 6 or 7. Sandra was about 6 or 7. Sister Pauline was there at that conference, and we asked Sister Gertrude, the mother of Emmanuel, to come to that conference. So this is Sister Gertrude's son.
Yeah.
So you can tell Sister Gertrude's son Emmanuel. And so we asked her to come to the conference. Okay, so this conference is for adults, and then there are some children there also. There's always children. They come everywhere. So Sister Gertrude was speaking. Sister Gertrude did not want to go. And I had been talking to Sister Gertrude about chickens, raising chickens, and things like that. She didn't want to go because she said, why would an African Nigerian listen to a woman, an African woman from Uganda? I said, Sister Gertrude, please. So Sister Gertrude went, and the people were so moved that a woman would come all the way from East Africa to West Africa to come and speak to them. So they were wondering, what does this lady have to say to us? And so they actually, your church was very receptive. Very receptive. It really ministered to Sister Gertrude. She was very free to speak. And then she was doing crafts. And when she was doing the crafts, these little kids were coming around watching her do crafts. So you have one picture, there's a child sitting with her head in front of the craft. You can't even get around the child to take the picture. That is Sandra. So in my mind, I'm thinking, little kids watching this, what really, come on, really, just look at all the adults too much. But I just quieted myself because, you guys know what you're doing. But if that was America, sometimes some of our American kids will just be right in front and they won't even be paying attention. They'll be paying attention, but they'll just forget when they walk away. But not in this case. This is one of the most moving things that's ever happened in my life. Is this Sandra, she'll give her presentation later, is the daughter, she's a twin. She and her sister started an NGO as a result of that conference. Yes. And it was 7 years ago, right? So how old are you?
More than 7 years ago. We were 7 then and 27.
So 20, when you were 20, you started the NGO.
I started at 21.
You started the NGO at 21 years old. And she has been reached. I'm not going to tell you what she's been doing with the NGO because you're going to have to wait for her to tell you. So I just want to whet your appetite a little bit. It's very powerful. Emmanuel, at that time, I remember him because he did some of Gordon's laundry for him. He was, the one that did the laundry, brought the meals, serve. That's what I remember about him during that time. Now Emmanuel feels that God is going to use him to help carry on his father's church and his father's ministry as his father gets older, and if ever he retires, I think Pastor Sylvester has at least 9 lives. He just keeps going. It's just such a powerful miracle that he was. So they are over a church in Aba. And again, I'm not going to tell you too much about them because this is what they're going to share. So, Sandra, I don't know how your presentation is, or Emmanuel, if you have one, but please, and Pastor Mary, please let everyone know who you are and what you're doing. So, okay, so I want to say a few things, but I don't want to say a lot of details because then I'll take away from what. Okay, so the except for Sister Pauline, the Madawackers, please stand up. Yours I remember very well because Pastor Sylvester came, I was quite ill. That was during the time I was ill, but I just remember Pastor Sylvester. So yours was before I got sick. So I remember Brother Peter. We used to always call him Brother Peter. Brother Peter came to the United States in about 1983, maybe a little bit, 1983. So he came several times to our ministry. This is Sister Pauline's husband, Brother Peter, we're speaking about, and she is now a pastor. They're one of the pastors of the church. What is the name of the church?
Central Christian Fellowship.
Thank you. Central Christian Fellowship in Newi. And Brother Peter came to the United States. He had a very large church. He came 5 times to the United States. The last time he came, he would come to our ministry, and then he would go all these other places. The last time he came, the Lord told him, do not go any place except for there. Stay there. So he came to our place. He learned how to drive a forklift. He didn't learn how to drive it. He was sitting on the forklift, learning how to drive it, and because we had a food ministry. We were not a very impressive ministry, but God put something in his heart. And when he went back to his church, and God ministered through him to his church, it was so profound that his church got very upset with them. Because he told them that they needed to feed the poor, Isaiah 58, clothe the naked, undo heavy burdens. I believe, if I remember correctly, it split the church, and he was even thrown into prison, into jail because of it, as someone. But then, my understanding is that when God used him to raise somebody that died in the prison they put him in a cell, this is my understanding. They put him in a cell where the person died. And when the person died, he prayed for the person, and God raised the person from the dead, so they said, get out of our prison. So they kicked him out. I mean, this man is incredible. He's incredible. He was leading all kinds of people to the Lord in the prison. He was incredible man. God took him home because our director, Agnes, said the world was not worthy of him. And God took him home. Nobody even knows how he died. He just went to sleep and just went home. So, very proud. Very, very precious man. This is his wife, Sister Agnes. If any of you have seen Sister Agnes laying on a bench in front of in a house, this is the home that she was sitting in. Their home. That's the bench in their home. These guys were just children at the time, so I've only seen them in pictures as children, and the Lord has taken their lives. And again, David is going to continue the work of his father, and he is in Bible school right now. I'm not going to tell a lot, but I'm trying not to tell about them, but without telling much. And Faith has really done something for me. She has been like a secretary in Nigeria for me to handle so many things. This trip would not have been possible except for what she did. If she was not available, I would have given up. I would have given up, I'm telling you. Nigeria was something that we all cried about. we would cry. And had I done it, had I had to do it alone, Faith, I would have said no. It would have been impossible. But I just want to thank God for the hard work, and I want to, thank in front of everyone. Because the people from Nigeria are here because of everything that you did. We've been working on it since, April or May? I've been working on it since April or May. I shared with Faith Faith is the first person that I shared with this vision. And I wrote it out, I shared it with her, and I was thinking, is this even realistic? And she wrote me back immediately and said, Sister, let's do this. So I want to thank you for what you've done. I know it's been hard, you've suffered a lot, but I want to thank you for it. So Faith also does evangelism, and I want to say one thing about her. Is the training manuals you see in the African languages. And I'm going to say even in the languages of Uganda, the training manuals you see in Africa are a result of Faith's determination. And she told me when she was in Uganda, she said, we had distributed, maybe a couple of thousand of curriculum in Nigeria, but she said, sister, if you get these translated, I'm not asking for any money, but if you get these translated, then the three major languages in Nigeria, we will distribute them. And I don't know, if we are at 6,000, I don't know how many books has happened, 7,000, close to 10,000 books have been distributed in Nigeria in major languages. And this distribution is not just to throw it at someone, it's they're giving it to pastors and leaders, and they're teaching them in their churches, and the churches in Nigeria. I think Sister Pauline you were first having them printed at the Catholic Church, and then the Catholic Church wanted the book also. So this is really powerful how God has used these people to help further the gospel, and they'll tell all of those things. I just really wanted to say that because I know Faith, you're exhausted, and that's why we didn't make you dance, because you were late. Thank you, but next time. So just thank you very much, and Gordon is going to introduce, I'm sorry, I didn't finish the other people, you can sit down. So, Faith and David, Sister Pauline, Sandra, Emmanuel, Pastor Mary. These other people are from Uganda. The Ugandans, if you could just stand up, please, quickly. These are the result of Sister Gertrude. Sister Pauline, you met Sister Gertrude. Oh yeah, of course. You know Sister Gertrude because I have been trying to tell Sister Gertrude to raise chickens. Where is Ezra? Ezra. I have been trying to tell Sister Gertrude to raise chickens for years, and she wouldn't. Until the day that she saw Pastor Mary's chickens and how prosperous her chickens were. She had an amazing chicken, turkey, etc., beautiful setup. And then she said, "Oh, how beautiful!" I said, "Sister Gertrude," she says, "I'm going to raise those when I get home." I'm like, "I've been telling you for years." She goes, "But she is an African woman," so I just. So that your chickens are a result of being released to do your chickens. He's the one that started raising them at her home. So being released to do the chickens is a result of Pastor Mary. Oh. And so then this is Sister Gertrude's son, Emmanuel, and he is a very handsome young man, but he is also the director of Sister Gertrude's work that she left behind. He is the one that is carrying the complete load. He's carrying the schools. He's carrying the school. He's carrying the farm that has been developed incredibly. It's a 67-hectare probably farm. It's very large, very large. I have no idea how to explain how big it is. And then this is her grandson. I'll call grandson for the sake of ease, Ezra. Ezra lived in her home. His family had put him in Sister Gertrude's home in the village, and the Lord had her raise him. And so he's got an incredible testimony as far as business, Sandra. Incredible testimony.
So the size of the farm, if I could interject, will be 6 of this whole property.
Oh my God.
About 6.
I think it's even bigger
If
though.
this is 10, it would be almost 7 of this one. Does that sound like it's correct?
To me, it's bigger. It's very big. It's very big. I mean, I walked the corner. Okay, then Stella. Stella is one of the children that was in Sister Gertrude's school. Okay, so she went there when she was about 11. She does smile. When she smiles, it just takes She went there when she was about 11. Stella was Sister Gertrude's how do I say, assistant, but like a daughter to her. She slept with her, washed her clothes, took care of everything. And Stella has continued with her loyalty to the vision that God gave to Sister Gertrude is absolutely incredible. She has been one of the teachers of the baby class, and you might think, what's that? No, but when you see those kids, they were on fire for God. They loved God. They sang, they danced. They were just incredible children. Now she's into politics, and she is the minister of. Say a little louder, please. The minister of education, what?
Sports
And
special
special
interest.
interest groups for her village.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, because Sister Gertrude was also in politics, she was one of the secretaries of Idi Amin, and she remained in politics for many years until she didn't graduate, but whatever that word is. She retired, and then she went and started working in the village. So, and then this gentleman here is the administrator of the Yamabuga school. Pastor Xavier is one of the ones that God has really used him and Stelabo to bring such deliverance and healing to the children of the school. They run the chaplain and the chapel, and God uses him. He's new. He's the newest kid on the block here. So he came to us in 2019. Faith and Pauline are part of his coming to us there in Yamabuga, and he's really been a blessing. I can know when I say you, I would call you Pastor Blessing. He has really been a blessing in that place with the children. And the Lord's used him to heal a lot of the children. Okay, so you can sit down. And then Sister Simone and Olson there, and Jacqueline, I don't know where she is. Okay, and they're amazing children. Jaden and Ariel and Ruel, who's in the bathroom. We're just really excited about these small children being here, medium-sized children being here, because, almost 40 years ago, 30-something years ago, Pastor Kumar, who passed away in May, and some of you saw the video that I put up of him. This is his wife. You joined us last October, or whenever that event was that we had. We were all on Zoom, so some of these very same people were on Zoom. They came to Agnes's ministry sometime in the 80s or whenever it was. I'm not quite sure the period of time, and they brought their children, and now here is Samuel Olson bringing his children again, which is just really amazing. So we're very happy. I'm not going to say much about them because they're going to be talking about themselves today and introducing. And then now the United States people, we have Mr. Daniel, who's our youngest next gen. Daniel, please stand. All the United States people stand up, please. And well, now it's not really United States, but wow. Daniel is the last baby that was held by Agnes, and before she passed away, so he knew his grandma very well, loved her very much, and was raised in her lap until I don't know how old she was when she passed. But Daniel can't come here, and we're just really happy to have you. Daniel is our next generation. Everyone feel free to pour into his life. He's 17. So you all know where you were at when you were 17, so just pour into his life. This is his amazing mother, Veronica. Veronica is very dear to us. Get in there, you get it. It's crooked, Daddy. Veronica is very amazing because Veronica is the one that in our ministry decides where the finances are going to go and where they're not going to go. She's got the spirit of wisdom that rests on her. And the reason why she can do that is because she sat next to Agnes ever since she was 19, which is, she's going to be 50, so I don't remember, 19 is about 30 years ago. So for the last 30 years, she's had this position, she's held this position, her integrity is absolutely incredible. And her compassion for the nations, every year at Christmas time, she prays for finances. She doesn't tell me what the amount that she's praying for, she prays for it. And then she says, Teresa, you cannot touch this. I'm praying for this, don't touch it. And her goal is she sends out Christmas gifts at Christmas time. So every Christmas since Agnes passed away, whatever little we have, whatever much we have, if you get it, it's a result of Veronica. And even with this trip, there were some major challenges. God used Veronica and uses her to just pray what God wants us to do. She's really, I just really appreciate her very much. Okay, and then the handsome man next to her over there is Gordon Skinner. And Gordon's going to be speaking after Jackie, so I'm going to let him explain a little bit about himself also. And then he's the handsome man that I married some almost 30 years ago. And everybody knows Gordon because he, some of you are into Bible study and things like that. I'll let him explain about himself. Kim brought her presentation yesterday. So I'm sorry for those of you that missed it. We do have videos on it. We have video and everything. So we'll take them and we will crunch them and make them available to you. But Kim has a nonprofit organization in California. And God really uses her organization to work with educating and empowering those that have I hate to say poor and needy, but I don't know what else to say.
At risk.
Poor and needy and at risk. People in California, God has she's also been to Uganda, and since she was in Uganda, God really caused her organization to take off and have favor with the government in the United States. And I'm telling you this because, Sandra, you need to talk to this lady, because she's doing the same thing that you are, except she's been doing it a little longer. So Kim, thank you for coming. And then, Ash. So this is Ashley. Ashley has been with our ministry for the last 13 years. God brought her about 6 months after Agnes passed away, which was, Sister Pauline also came at the same time. You were there the same time Ashley was. Ashley has really grown with our ministry. She's one of the people that's been trained in our ministry, and she has brought joy to our ministry, especially during that period of time. It was so challenging. God just used her to bring joy, and she hasn't stopped. And she assists me. She helps me to care for my mother. There are many things that I could not do except that Ashley was there. So I really appreciate that. And then, is that everyone? Okay, so I think I only have one left, correct? Everyone can sit down. Everybody. Anela. Anela has been a part of our ministry for the last 36 years. She came from South Africa. This is the first event that we have hosted in South Africa. So the Lord spoke to my heart in the last couple of years, and He said, it is time that we would have fruit in South Africa. So we are all the beginning of that fruit, of what God is doing in this country. We're going to be going to the church that sent her to the United States and prayed for her to come to the United States. We'll be going on Sunday. And the people that you meet, everything is arranged by her personal staff. No, her sister, her sister's husband, the people that she knows, all of this is arranged through Anela, and she's our host here, and we just truly thank you. But let me tell you a little bit. Anela has been in charge of all of the medical outreaches that we've done in the United States, because she's a nurse times 4 or 5 different aspects of nursing, and she also does our agriculture. So she's taught any agriculture, like the gardening and stuff like that we've done overseas, except for in Uganda. She has been the one that has taught it, and she's helped write curriculum. She does all different kinds of things. In our ministry, you have to be multifaceted. You have no option, no choice. But we want to sincerely thank you, Anela, for bringing us. Pardon me?
And she's a great cook.
Oh, amazing. And she makes really good cook sisters. Very good. She cooks the South African food we have in the United States. Anela's a cook. She's an amazing cook. We won't let her cook here because they won't let her leave. But this is Anela. Let's just clap and thank you. And I forgive you for taking a little extra time, but if you know enough to honor and respect each other, you can receive from each other. Please, your pastors, your leaders, your ministers, if you see someone and you feel to pray for them, feel to minister to them, you saw how I did with Nella's sister. I said, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. I'm gonna pray for you. That's why you're here. And the other people, that's why they came. So that they can be prayed for, receive ministry, receive direction. Please feel free to do that. Okay, as long as someone else isn't talking. Okay? All right, okay, you can stand up. So Gordon, I'm gonna have you come up, he's gonna pray. And then he's gonna take the next step. Okay. I want to officially welcome everybody. I know this is just a small gift. So, welcome.